Welcome back. We are here at Nevada City Winery at the Media Lounge for the 23rd Annual Wild and Scenic Film Festival. I'm your host for this segment, Kimberly Ewing, and it has been such an epic day. Sunshine here and beautiful, inspiring filmmakers and producers and directors. And right next to me, we have Anna and Clark. They are part of Hitoláayca, which is a native language that means upriver.
Yeah, it's Nez Perce for like the third person verb for going upriver. So
Yes.
like Nez Perce creation stories frequently start with Itiaye, who's
Yes.
coyote.
Okay.
Itiaye, Hitoláayca. So coyote's always moving upriver.
I love that. Hitoláayca. Well, welcome to Wild and Scenic. It's your first time here. We're so delighted to have you. Clark just flew in from Chile just today, like hours ago. So welcome, bienvenidos. Tell us a little bit about, so Hitoláayca is about a sweet boy who is the first of his tribe to be a river guide.
At least of his generation, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the way you've always put it, as first contemporary Nez Perce tribal member to be, if and when he gets this, and watch the film to see it,
That's
to find
right.
out.
You must watch the film to see.
But if and when he receives that certification, he would be the first of his generation.
Amazing. To be the first is always that you're the trailblazer, and what I love about the journey, that it's Devin, right? What I love about his journey is you follow along his ebbs and flows, kind of like the river. You were part of his mentoring too, Clark. Tell us a little bit about his beginnings. He was 16 years old when he started.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about his journey.
Totally, yeah. It's been really super cool and really a privilege to follow Devin and be a little part of his life and a resource, as really he has come into himself as a young man. And I think the river, like just seeing even like the physical changes in a couple of years of guiding, that's one of the parts of the film that I think is my personal favorite, is that transition.
Yeah, seeing him feel and look more confident in
You can
himself
see it.
and on the river. I only was interacting with Devin really over the course of a summer as we were filming together, but I think even over the course of a summer I saw him grow a lot, and one of my favorite parts of rewatching the film whenever we've shown it or I'm rewatching it is seeing like a smile grow on his face and that confidence and ease come in.
And that part of the film is also, as a newbie to the film, that was really a monumentous moment of like capturing his maturity and his ability to navigate with total rhythm and confidence. So good choice on putting that in the film.
I'm glad that came through.
Yeah, it really did. Tell me the challenge of filming on a river. I mean, this has got to be intense. How does it happen, Anna?
For context, this is my first time attempting to film on a river. We weren't just...
pretty awesome then.
It was an extra challenge because it wasn't that we were just going out for a day trip, which would bring its own challenges. You know, you need to protect cameras from the elements anyways. It's hot, you're sweaty, people are grouchy, whatever. Each of these trips was, 5 days?
Oh, wow.
And so the multi-day part of the part of the filming experience was another layer. You know, thinking about the practical things like charging batteries, protecting gear for longer, and also just preserving interpersonal relationships when you're living and filming and working with the same group of people was challenging. That said, this process and some other films I've worked on have really cemented the fact that I think I would be happy if I could just film on boats for the rest of my life.
Ooh.
So, you know, that's my goal.
That's a nice discovery.
That's how I decide if I want to take a project. So,
There it is.
Yeah.
Water by water.
By, on, around water. That's
In
my
water,
bag.
under the water sometimes.
Yeah, I got to get my scuba recertification.
There you
I'd love
go.
to be in the water. So, yeah, it was a good positive learning experience in that way.
So that's cemented for you.
100%.
I love that. Okay. And when I think about the journey of this, he's Devin, the subject of the film, is from 16, he's now 20 at this current age and the current time.
Just turned 20.
How is he doing? How is he doing? Does anybody know?
a good
I don't want to give
question.
anything away because the movie, you need to go see the movie. But
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about
Well,
how he's doing now.
He's doing good now. He's been struggling recently with some personal things, just in like full transparency. I wish he could be here this weekend, and yeah, things have come up.
Yeah.
In his life and his community, and some losses, and
He lives in Idaho.
he lives on the Nez Perce Indian Reservation
Right.
in Lapway, Idaho. But yeah, not to minimize that. There's too many losses too early.
I'm sorry.
There, and yeah.
So hopefully maybe the river will help him get back into his grounded state when
Yes.
he can, when and if he can.
Yeah, back next guiding season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we wish him well. What did anything crazy? Did I already ask this? Did anything crazy or wild happen? Obviously, while you're filming. Anything unexpected?
No.
Anything notable?
I'll bring it up. We planned to get a shot. I have to. I have to get it out there. I have to exercise it. We worked for a while planning how to get a shot of Devin, or a couple different angles of Devin running this rapid that was really challenging for him.
The climax.
The climax of the film.
In a rapid that I had a couple 2 years prior, kind of pushed him to row before he was ready, and had broken an oar in and almost slipped a boat.
His
and
nemesis rapid.
Yeah, like.
Anyways, we did a lot of planning on it was just me filming. How are we going to get out so I can film multiple angles? We laid the plan perfectly. We set it up. I was in position. I missed the shot. I don't know if I would call that crazy or wild.
Tragic.
Tragic. A learning experience. It happens when you're a team of one, and Clark was working at the time, and so.
And you're like, I captured it here, but I didn't get it there.
Yeah,
We got it on
exactly.
GoPro.
We got it on the GoPro. It was
Yeah.
all fine, but that sticks out the most.
Oh.
Just things happen, especially when
I'm
you're
sure.
a small team.
I'm
it
sure.
worked
Limited
out fine.
resources,
Yeah.
limited
Yeah.
cameras.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
tough.
Well, and this is the world premiere for the Hitoláayca, right?
Hitoláayca, yeah.
Hitoláayca. So a world premiere, we welcome you guys for that. How did it go at the screening?
I think it went well.
Good.
I still have pitter patter heart, and I think I was just focused on it. Was both of our first times, I think, hearing it on the big screen, and so it felt like a more immersive experience.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I love seeing people react positively to Devin, to cheering for him or smiling. And
Absolutely.
that was really nice to show it to a new audience.
And the sweet part of it too is that from the film, if I remember correctly, he was sort of the catalyst to then inspire other youth from his tribe or people that want to get involved with the river. Can you tell a little bit about that?
I would love to tell you more
Please
about
do.
that. Thanks. Yeah, little plug. So we didn't want to make it like a glam piece for this nonprofit organization that is involved in this kind of work, but I do co-direct a nonprofit called Pandion Institute that works at basically at the intersection of tribal and outdoor recreation communities. So one of the things that we do is, it's mostly a native team, some river people like myself, and we do guide training trips, among other kind of cultural, all land-based programming. And so really the point of this film, at least for me, what motivated me to participate in it is we want to get more young people involved in this work, and we want to show this film to tribal communities in our region and to outdoor recreation communities, so young native kids and young guides or company owners can both be I'm interested in that.
This is
and
possible in a lot of other communities.
Exactly. So
I love that.
That's work that's ongoing and building, and pandioninstitute.org.
All
Check
right.
us out.
Well, and I love that because I'm an educator, and if there's anything we can do to be an activists but be inspired is through our youth and through exposure and experience. And so you're doing that. So, well, welcome and congratulations on your world premiere.
Thank you so much.
Hitoláayca.
Hitoláayca.
Thank you,
Going
Hitoláayca.
going upriver.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's give it up for them.
Thank you.
And we'll be back right after this.
Nice.